The war's over. It was pretty brief. Israel was very successful, but we as Israelis are not entirely okay. In psychology, there's a discussion about the gap between experience and description, right? The gap between what we experience and we feel and the way it's described to us. So the best example would be an anxious mother holding her son very, very tight and saying to him, everything's fine. But he feels in her clutching that it isn't fine. And the gap between the two is very difficult for the psyche. The analogy to that is that the way this is described to us, Israelis, a huge military success, sophistication, brilliant intelligence, and all of it is true. The song that has been quite popular these days is a song called We're a Nation of Superheroes. And we indeed are. But that resilience doesn't mean that we don't get scared, and it doesn't mean that the government isn't responsible for, making sure that the 2.5 million Israelis who didn't have a shelter should have a shelter before going to this war with Iran. I think Israelis are very used to sort of going from 0 to 100 kilometers, like an acceleration in a car, right? We know how to be at war. We know how to come together. But the abrupt breaks on that is going from 100 to 0 is also very painful. Hear from all over people who are, stressed or not sleeping well, not eating well, because as I kind of started out by saying, we're not entirely okay yet. And it's okay.